Community.
Joyous.
Hope.
Stability.
So I was raised in a small town in western Colorado, and you get exposure to very limited things. And then I came out to South LA, and we're staying there, and we started driving through East LA. And I see a lot of people who look like me, but live in very different circumstances. And for me, that was a cultural experience, and one that really reminded me of the sort of conditions that a lot of people have to live in, and a lot of barriers that a lot of people are still facing. And so what I experienced is a sort of revelation of how the world is, and how so many people live. And I found myself having a shared commonality with a lot of them, and realized how fortunate I am to have the opportunities that I have, and not be limited by the same barriers.
So I chose community for my work because throughout the week we were exposed to a bunch of different communities, and each one, despite everything it's been through, has come through as a real strong family, and they're happy and they get along together. For example, St. Mark's is a church that's clearly been through a lot in the last few years, but in their services they're still happy and joyful. Come together as one big, huge family.
So on Thursday we were serving community lunch over at St. Mark's, and afterwards I got to sit down with a guy named Stan. And even though, he was down on his luck, didn't have a lot going for him, he was, really joyous, and got to talk to him about like commonplace things like baseball.
We served breakfast to the homeless at St. Francis, and even though the people there didn't really have a lot, you could see that they had Christ, and they were happy that we were there, and they were really grateful that we were giving them hope in their own life. And it was nice to be a part of that.
So we spent a lot of time looking at communities and what the communities mean to the people that live in them, and how they're a part of those communities. And one of the big parts that we noticed was that a lot of these places change. The people we talked to, they said, neighborhoods change every 10 years, and how hard it is to make a community, and especially with the areas where we looked at where it was impacted by the University of Southern California, and how the city interacted with the university, with students coming in and out every 4 years. And we have a similar problem at CU, how it's hard to establish a community, and that a certain amount of stability is required for that community to develop. And maybe, for me at least, it provided some insight into how we can establish a better community around a college campus, just based on the fact that we're not there for a long time. So it's the time that we have in that community is really valuable, and we need to take advantage of it.